What is happening, guys? It is me again, the Bladed Brony, coming at you today, showing you my top 5 EDC knives that I currently own. Now, these aren't gonna be, based on prices or anything, fancy like that. They're just gonna be knives that I own that I like to, switch out every now and then, depending on what I'm doing. As you know, I got a lot more than just 5 knives, but what are you gonna do? So I got them separated over here by, well, mostly just by brand. There's only like 3 brands of knives here, so. But, let's get ready. Well, let's get going, what the hell. First we got the Ozark Trail $1 pocket knife. Yeah, right. Let's get serious. First we got is this Cub Scout 3-bladed pick-lock knife from Imperial in Providence, Rhode Island, made in the USA. And you can see it's got a stamp on the blade. I need to clean it off a little bit more. But I don't remember when this was actually, released. I've heard somewhere before, saying that this is a Girl Scouts night actually, which I think is pretty cool. It's not very big. It's got about well, let's see what we got here. About a 2.5 inch blade. And it's about 6 inches long altogether. And you can see it has like bluish or kind of a bluish black, plastic handle scale on this side. A purple one on this side. A little lanyard hole, a little lanyard ring. The blade is quite sharp. I'll show you the other tools. And you can see it's got an awl. The awl is a little bit bent though, but honestly I don't really use the tool, so it doesn't really bother me. And this one I found kind of interesting because I've never seen this one on the slip joints. Is there's actually a little lock safe right here. Well, basically just a lock. So, it says press on the side right there. So you just press that one in. Close that blade. You do the same thing over here with the flathead and bottle opener, blade. It's got this, it's got the little press there too. Of course, that one's, it's so old, they don't both go over anymore. What I find out about that, though, is the only blade that doesn't have, the lock on it is the actual sharp blade. Don't know why, but I really don't care, because, I'm not really putting pressure on the back of this blade. This is just more of a little, just a little whittling thing, nothing too fancy. But I like to EDC this every now and then, it's real small. Actually kind of heavy, but there's a lot of steel in there. I usually just throw this in the pocket of my, my cargo shorts right here. And like I said, if I'm just having a lazy day where I'm not going anywhere or anything, I just throw that in my pocket, call it good, do some whittling, maybe sharpen a pencil if I can't find my pencil sharpener. Just a little task. So, that's my my Girl Scout knife. Let's put that over here. Next one up is my little Kershaw. My Kershaw 1304 black wash. It's got that modified, kind of a modified tanto point, I guess you could call it. This used to be a spring-assisted knife, but as you can tell, well, actually the spring broke on this one, which is my own fault because I'm used to manual flipping knives, flipper knives, and when with those you gotta put a little flick in the wrist. Well, I kept doing that even with a spring-assisted knife, and that just put too much pressure on the spring, and it eventually snapped. Which, hey, it happens. This one I really do like. Let's see how big it is. About a 3 1/4 inch blade. Very, very sharp. As you can see, it's just kind of a straight blade. Comes with a little modified tanto. Deep pocket carry. I like that. Quite heavy, but you know, this is an all steel construction. It's got a frame lock on it. Little lanyard hole. It's held in there with a lot of torque screws. You know, T6. And they're pretty easy to tighten up when you need to. Like I said, you know, the thumb studs work real good. Well, that's about it for that. You know, that's about it. You know, that's, you know, the information I got on that. Well, actually, I got this too. You know, it's got jimping here, it's got jimping here, and it's got jimping on the blade a little bit. It's moderate. It's not bad. Not bad, not great. You know what I mean? But yeah, I usually carry that one around. You know, honestly, just because I really do like this one. The only time I don't carry this knife is, you know, when it's cold, you know, or snowing outside, because, you know, metal blade, cold, doesn't mix too well. But, you know, this works good for a little EDC task. A little tanto, you know, little second edge, you know, right here. It helps, you know, get slicing open. The small tanto blade right here, it helps, you know, pop, you know, it helps with little cutting. This helps with the big cutting. You know, it's a Kershaw, of course. It was a $20 Kershaw, so, you know, it's nothing too fancy. It's not one of their expensive brands, but I do want to add a couple of their expensive ones into my collection soon. You know, like the Kershaw Blur and the Kershaw Leak. I want to get those in my collection pretty soon. But, you know, for 20 bucks, this ain't a bad little knife. Alright, let's go on to the next one. We got another Kershaw. Got the Kershaw Freefall. Very nice knife. About $17 at Walmart. I paid about $19.60 something for it, you know, with taxes included. You know, as you can tell, you know, it is spring assisted. It's a liner lock. It's got some kind of plastic handles on here. I can't really remember off the top of my head. Got a pretty good lanyard hold on there. You know, I can fit my little skull lanyard in there finally. You know, once again, deep pocket clip, which is reversible, because, you know, it's held in there with one. You think it's going to hold in there with one torque screw. There's two little pegs in the liners that actually keeps them in place. So all you do is you unscrew it a little bit, you know, slide it over, then it can be left-hand carry. So yeah, it's left and right-hand carry. Tip up only. Don't mind it. Let's see the length. It's about a 3 1/4 inch blade. You know, it's got this little curve in the handle. Pretty good. You know, it feels good in the hand. Got a little choil right there, you know, where the flipper is, so you can't, you know, ride up too high. It's got a little up and down blade plate. It needs to be tightened every so often, though. You know, really strong spring in there. I want to show you this. You know, really good jimping right there on the blade. You know, this, once again, it's another Chinese Kershaw. Once again, there's nothing wrong with that. It's got jimping down here. As you can see, it's got texture on the handle, which I don't know if they did this on purpose or not, but it looks to me like a bunch of K's for Kershaw. I think that's pretty cool. Kind of a small pocket clip. I really don't like those tiny pocket clips, but, you know, it doesn't really bother me too much. It was very sharp. It's easy to sharpen up again. And, you know, I've been carrying this around for the last couple of days now. You know, I really do like this little one. Like I said, I've been carrying around for a couple of days now. And I've seen some people say, oh, that's a tactical knife. And I can see where they're coming from. And I do like this knife. I actually really do like this blade design, actually. You know, for tactical reasons. So let's go into that one. You know, everyone knows, you know, I prefer the Tonto point. And this is kind of a modified Tonto. But it's also got a lot of belly in there for slicings. And it works good for EDC tasks as well. You know, you can open up boxes pretty quick, you know. You get that Tonto tip in there, just do a little slice, you know, perfectly fine. The same thing with that. You need a little bit bigger work done, use the belly. So it works real good in my opinion. I really do like it. And that's about all I got for that one. Kershaw Freefall. Now let's go over to this one. My little CRKT M16, you know, 10Z. It's a Kit Carson design. Got the auto lock system on there. And I'm just going to say it. I've seen a lot of people say they hate the auto locks. Well, they're not that hard to really take out, you know, and it doesn't really affect the knife. It's got a little moderate jimping right here, but works really good actually. And little thumb studs, which are it does have thumb studs on it, but they're more used for just, you know, stopping, holding the knife in place when it hits right here. But you really don't need them. Then you got the flipper right there. You know, I've showed this before on here when I did a review on it. As you can tell, I've changed the hand. I have taken off the pocket clip and put a different one on there. Because I mostly use this at work. I wear this to church. And, you know, my pants when I'm working are black slacks. And, you know, a lot of people are afraid of knives. So I prefer to, you know, be a little bit considerate. You know, it is a liner lock. I might be returning this one to Kershaw, you know, not Kershaw, to CRKT to have them fix it up. Because I've noticed there actually is a slight bend in the blade. It's easier to show you this way. As you can see, there's a bend in the blade. I'm sure CRKT would be more than willing to fix that. You know, Zytel handles. You know, it does have its steel liners in there. You know, it's a tip down right hand carry only. Which is odd for me considering I'm left-handed, but I carry all my pocket knives in my right pocket. You know, I am left-handed, you know, I use my left hand to eat, to, you know, write. But everything else, I use my right hand for. Don't know why. As you can tell, it's a Tonto tip again. Now let's see the blade length. About a 3-inch blade. Not, you know, very, very small, very, very compact. About just a little bit over 3 ounces. Easy to, you know, it's easy to clean. If you need to replace parts, you know, it's very easy to take apart and put back together. You know, it comes with a little flathead screw right there, which, you know, makes it a lot easier to tighten up when you need to. Serrations on there, and I actually do like serrations on knives. You know, I like plain edge, I like serrated. You know, doesn't really bother me. As you can see, it does flip out pretty fast, you know, nice and smooth. And I've been carrying this for a long time now since I bought the thing. And this has been the one I've been carrying the most, you know, lately. And like I said, I've been carrying this for only a few days now. I really do like it. But I've been carrying this for the longest time so far. Because like I said, you know, it's not really heavy. You know, it's not very big. And does its job really well. Very, very sharp. So yeah, I really do like this little one. You know, pretty low ride pocket carry. So yeah, good knife. And here's the last one. My CRKT M16 14ZSF. This is the biggest knife I carry. It has about a 3 3/4 inch blade. It's got the double flippers on there. You know, keeps your hand from, you know, riding up on there. It's got a 4-way positional pocket clip. You know, either, you know, be tip down, tip up, left or right side. So very good ambidextrous knife. It's got the desert camo on there. Well, I don't really know if you call it desert camo, but you know, it's got the desert, you know, scales on there. as you can see, it does flip out pretty easy if you actually do it right, which I didn't do that time. You know, another one by Kit Carson. It's made out of AUS 8A steel blade, if I remember correctly, made in Taiwan. Because that's what, all these knives come from, most of these knives come from different countries. My two CRKTs, they come from Taiwan. My two Kershaws, they come from China. This one, like I said, comes from, USA. Now let's get back to what I was talking about. Like I said, this is more the knife I bring with me if I'm going walking at night, because I do take a midnight walk every night. This is usually what I got on me, along with like a can of pepper spray and just a few things. You never know when you're going to need to defend yourself. As you can see, once again, it has a Tonto tip on it, serrations. I say I've carried this in the both tip down and the tip up carry, but I prefer it in the tip up carry because, as you can see with those little flippers on there, it kind of acts like a wave feature, which I really like. And once again, if you need to take it apart, you need a couple, you need about a T8 Torx bit, if I remember correctly. It's got the auto locks, of course. It is quite a large knife, as you can tell, because I got pretty good sized hands. It's still kind of, got a bit of blade coming out there. If you want, you carry like that, for a little EDC task. Carry like that, more like tactical thing. Reverse grip, whatever you need to do with it. And this is actually the knife, carried by soldiers in southern Afghanistan. So I think that's pretty dang cool. As you can see, it does flip out really fast, very smooth. I've noticed there's a little bit of scratching in there. You might be able to hear this. So I might have to take it apart later today, clean it out, see what's wrong with there. And, that's about it for it. So guys, that's been my, little 5 EDCs. Open up again, you take a look at them. So yeah, that's my little, top 5 EDC knives. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, because that is it for you guys. So this is the Bladed Brony signing out. Have a good one.